Hi guys. So this last week we've had actual selling on Friday, full moon last Wednesday, and Mercury is fully in retrograde. So what's going on with you guys? Because it's been a bit mental here. There's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of cleansings as well. So that's a good thing for us, I guess. So I've gone back to the Gitana deck, as you can see, just because it feels right at the moment of what we're doing. Okay. So we have in this one, Sweetheart. Now, I may have to come back to who this is referring to later on, but for a moment it is obviously a person or object that you are devoting your time and attention towards. Whether this is external or internal, I don't know just yet, but I'm sure the other cards will lead us to find out. So we have, apologies, apparently I say so a lot, so I will apologise now. With this card, how's that? With this card, I see a lot of potentials. We have the yellows here, which is solar plexus. We have the reds, which is grounding. We also have an apple. This time of year, apples, especially in Cornwall, here in Cornwall, we have Allantide. It is essentially a Thanksgiving for the apple. Exactly, yes, meow, which is exactly where the bobbing for apples and things like that comes from. It's the sort of traditions that we have around here at this time. Kind of going a bit off track there. Apple is quite often seen as a symbol of love, but I'm also very aware that if you cut it across the middle, she says reaching for an apple. So if you cut it across the middle, instead of doing it that way, like most people would, if you do it that way, I believe you come up with a pentagram where the seeds are in the middle. So used for protection as well, not just other things such as love. Lots of grounding in this card, lots of finding a new perspective, different way of looking at things. Okay, so second card here is Merchant. We've had this card come out a lot recently, haven't we? Things have now shifted again to the point whereby you really need to be selling yourself now and your experiences, and how are you going to do this? Are you going to do a blog or a podcast or write a book or come up with a course based on it, that sort of thing? And how do you get accreditation? All these sort of things, they all need to be looked into this week. So when the Merchant card comes out, I'm kind of guessing this is the self-nurture card. I am guessing that you need to actually look at yourself and spend more time developing yourself, your self-love. A lot of people say that yellow goes with inner child work. I don't link the two like that, but if this is how you feel, then yes, definitely do so. Definitely do so. Now we have a child again. So that does say to me, yes, it is inner child work. There is a lot going on that we are probably unaware of. We've got a lot of yellow in each of these cards. Yellow there, obviously in the baby card. This is all to do with the, excuse me, the solar plexus. I very nearly did light a yellow candle today, oddly enough, but I thought, no, actually I have a started blue one. I will continue with that one. So what are we doing? Are there any, especially this time of year, generational wounds that we need to heal from? Are there any generational strengths that we need to recognise? I mean, the fact that you're still here alone is a generational strength. A lot of people go on about, oh, family wounds and this, that, and the next thing. And do you know what? We have strengths from our ancestors too. It's not just weaknesses and poverty consciousness and all the negative stuff. There is positives. And as much as you can put the negatives out there, you can also put the positives out there. So this is all about internalizing, all about bringing them in, concentrating on them. A lot of meditation this week as things shift. Sitting with yourself, sitting in quiet, just sitting and listening to yourself this week. Your solar plexus, child work, it's all about listening to what is going on inside. I think it's going to be a bit of a hectic week. I don't see this as being nice, easy, simple work. When is it ever? When have I ever turned around and gone, hey guys, we're going to have a nice, easy week? And it's ever happened. It doesn't, does it? So, and then we have love. Again, more yellow. But it just absolutely reinforces everything that I have said so far in this reading. So we need to look at ways to love ourselves, ways to value ourselves, I think is probably a good way of describing it. Things that we have inherited, things that have been passed down that are positive, that are good aspects, that are aspects that we can take with us and essentially run with them. We can say, yeah, all right, so, you know, my ancestors wet their fingers to the bone and blah, 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 but you know what? They survived. They got this far. They got us this far. And thank them for the generational strengths. A lot of people do a lot of ancestor work this time of year, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, because obviously this is Samhain. In the Southern Hemisphere, it would be Beltane, I believe. So it's, or is it Imbolc? Beltane? Imbolc? Do you know? I honestly can't remember. Please let me know in the comments below if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. What is it that you're celebrating at the moment? Because it's not Samhain. Just, yeah, my brain is fried this week. Between full moons and Samhain rituals and goodness knows what is going on, it's taken me a fair few days to start to settle down. And this morning while I was at work, I do feel rather ill. I have perked up a bit now. Maybe I was just hungry, tired, possibly both. Who knows? So anyway, enough about me. This isn't about me. This is about you. This is about you and your solar plexus and your gifts. And they are gifts that you are going to be able to sell. They are gifts that are marketable. They are gifts that will have a price on them. And you can set that price. So stop undervaluing yourself. Stop underrating yourself. And go be the best you that you can be. Do remember, Mercury retrograde is now, this is the final retrograde of the year. So Mercury retrograde is now in full swing as of, I think, either today or yesterday, possibly yesterday. It's gone into full swing. So be aware that there could be issues with communication, issues with tech, which I'm really dreading at the minute because uploading to TikTok at the minute is going to be a pain in the backside. But that's beside the point. So having these issues will teach us what it is that we need to work on within ourselves and for future retrogrades so that these things don't crop up again. They don't recycle. They don't get reused. We can just move on. Okay, guys, I think that is all I am getting for now. Have a good week as much as you can. I know it's going to be a bit frantic. It's probably a good word. But again, if you need anything, drop us a shout. There's a great community of people on here, so drop us a shout and we'll see what we can do. In the meantime, stay safe and bye for now.